Netflix is loaded with musical movies of many stripes, including documentaries, biopics, concert films, dramas, and of course, good old-fashioned musicals. Here, in our humble opinion, are the 12 best. From the music to the storytelling, Beyoncé's masterful homecoming concert film demonstrates why she is truly the queen. The film shows glimpses of the final product, 2018's jaw-dropping, festival-hijacking live show that became known as Baychella, and then takes you back over a grueling 8-month rehearsal period to show that there is no such thing as skipping steps, even for Beyoncé. Legendary norteño musicians Los Tigres del Norte make a thoughtful, symbolic statement with this concert film by purposefully choosing Folsom State Prison, where Johnny Cash recorded his legendary album. Los Tigres del Norte assert themselves as troubadours of America's new working class, one largely consisting of people of color. Concert footage spliced with talking head material from the inmates, most of whom love the band, make a compelling argument that Los Tigres del Norte are in many ways the heirs to Cash's country music mantle, and that Latinx stories are American working class stories. Taylor Swift, Miss Americana, is a raw, deep look into the world-famous performer as she pushes herself further as a musician and recognizes herself as a voice with power. It probably won't change how you feel about Swift, but this documentary serves as a window into the life of a famous musician that we are rarely privy to, even if we can never really get the whole picture. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory needs no introduction. The fantastical musical adventure is still a treat to watch nearly 50 years after its release. Gene Wilder is beguiling in the title role, and his factory tour is enchanting, hilarious, and a little horrifying. The whole thing is elevated, of course, by an Oscar-nominated score that stays with you long after a rewatch. The Runaways were a red-hot band of teenage miscreants who blew up the male-dominated 70s rock scene and inspired several future generations of female rockers. This 2010 biopic, based on lead singer Cherie Curry's memoir, documents the band's origins in Los Angeles around 1975, their signing with Mercury Records, a tumultuous 4-album run, and their spectacular implosion. This coming-of-age story features crackling performances from Dakota Fanning and Kristen Stewart as Curry and Joan Jett, respectively. Whether he's the only person on stage or accompanied by the E Street Band, watching Bruce Springsteen play can be a life-changing experience. Springsteen on Broadway has a similar kind of magic bottled up. He reels you in from the very first moment to deliver what can feel like an intimate gospel delivered directly to you, one that's often heartfelt and emotional as the singer breaks down aspects of his myth.
Me and my head high.
Amy Winehouse stands as one of the most tragic figures in the history of modern pop music. Blessed with the voice of an angel and cursed with the demons to match, Winehouse came back from a marginally successful debut to set the pop charts on fire with Back to Black. Her songs were tinged with dark humor that belied a substance abuse problem, which eventually led to her death in 2011. Amy is a heartbreaking portrait of an artist wrestling with success and the consequences of having too much too fast. The Dirt is the long-awaited film adaptation of Motley Crue's scandalous 2001 memoir. The film shows, quote, the world's most notorious rock band in all its hedonistic glory, delivering a swashbuckling 2-hour marathon of rock and roll decadence with all the triumphant highs, devastating lows, and shattered relationships that term entails. All 4 band members served as co-producers, which means The Dirt glosses over key relationships, whizzes past the band's mid-90s wilderness period, and omits the story of a possible sexual assault. That said, The Dirt is still more graphic than most contemporary music biopics, and it's a wickedly funny origin story anchored by many of the band's greatest songs. The Lonely Island Netflix partnership has already produced the beloved sketch series I Think You Should Leave, but a surprise release visual poem called The Unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience goes a little more obtuse. The 30-minute film stars Andy Samberg as Jose Canseco and Akiva Schaffer as Mark McGuire, circa 1988, when the 2 home run phenoms, aka the Bash Brothers, were playing for the Oakland Athletics. The film is definitely aimed at a specific demographic, but its format is an interesting window into what Netflix could be doing with short-form comedy. Cadillac Records tells the story of Leonard Chess, the Polish-born Jewish immigrant who co-founded Chess Records in 1950. The Chicago-based record company specialized in blues, R&B, and soul, and was instrumental in ushering rock and roll into the mainstream in the early 50s. It stars Adrian Brody as Chess and a dynamite cast of musicians, including Beyoncé as Etta James and Mos Def as Chuck Berry. Whoever figured out how to make a hilarious musical about emo kids deserves all the awards. Emo the Musical brilliantly mocks everyone you knew in high school through songs, sarcastic jokes, and clever asides. It understands how misunderstood we all felt during our teenage years without making excuses for our angst. This irreverent parody of high school life and musicals is too unexpectedly likable to pass up. That's our list of the best musical movies on Netflix right now, but if you're bopping to another cinematic masterpiece, make sure to sing it out in the comments section below. And if you're still not sure what to watch tonight, check out our other streaming guides linked right here or on our channel for the best movies, shows, animation, and more across all streaming platforms. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.